There's nothing wrong with your television. Actually, if you're watching this on a television, there might be something wrong with you. On this week's episode, beardless, as I would say.
I know, this is so exciting. He's all clean shaven and respectable.
We're gonna talk about
the new Morbius trailer.
DCCW Crisis on Infinite Earths.
1917.
And the Oscar nominations and our predictions.
Yes. Morbius. Holy cow, that was a cool trailer. I'm excited.
Yes, Michael Morbius, the living vampire from the Marvel Universe. SpiderMan villain. Pretty dark, pretty interesting.
Yes.
Created by, I can't remember the other guy, but one of the guys was Joe Kane. Great artist for the Marvel Comics Spider-Man universe. And there's a new movie coming out with Jared Leto.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the villain starring role that he wanted from Joker, but that he didn't get because it wasn't actually a Joker movie. It was a Suicide Squad movie.
Yes, this one looks... it seems like it's closer to the original character. Since Morbius in the books didn't change much, like the Joker. The Joker have many versions of him, from super crazy to psychotic to... I think
He's all over the place.
Anyways, so yeah, it's the story about this guy that has this rare blood disease and has to deal with it. And to deal with it, he mess up with experiment with viruses and with bats, and he ends up becoming a vampire.
Classic villain origin story.
Yeah, with vampire powers. And the trailer shows. Yeah, this extension of those powers.
Yeah,
looks
kind of cool. And a couple little fun tidbits in there. The poster in the background.
Yes, when he walks down the street, there's a poster that says "Murder." It's a Spider-Man poster, but the interesting thing about it, it's not Tom Holland. It's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah, like murder.
But then, at the very end of the trailer, Michael Keaton shows up, which alone would be pretty exciting.
A vulture.
But, yeah.
From Homecoming.
So we've got villain worlds colliding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like universes, multiverses, colliding.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Talking about multiverses colliding.
Oh boy. Oh,
this
good
segue. This week we had the finale. I mean, the conclusion, two chapter conclusion of DCCW Crisis on Infinite Earths. The first chapter of the conclusion was written by the man himself, Marv Wolfman, the guy that wrote Crisis on Infinite Earths in 1980. Yes, something.
Yeah, 1980 something. They really brought it home.
Oh, yeah.
I was not disappointed. The Crisis on Infinite Earths is like a comic book epic saga, like the omnibus.
It's probably one of the first mega sagas of the comic books.
Like when we say mega, the omnibus edition we have is like, this thick. It's huge. And
it had to be that way because we had this multiverse, this infinite Earths where DC would put their different characters. Like for instance, they bought Shazam, Captain Marvel from the Fawcett comics, and they throw him on a different Earth. So in the 80s, DC decided to let's fix this. This is too messy. There's a lot of origins. So let's get all of them, destroy all of them, and rebuild all of them.
Yep. And they did it. And I was kind of worried if... I didn't think they could do it justice on television, because television is, kind of small and the comic books are big, but I was not disappointed.
It was a very, very decent effort and connected everything that they could connect.
Yeah.
And...
including... the films.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, Ezra Miller.
Flash was there.
So cool.
Yeah.
Such a surprise.
And it was so current to the point that he, even had a name.
That's right. Very so C.W. Barry says, I'm the Flash, or you're the Flash, and Ezra Miller is like, what, the Flash, what?
Yes, I like that name.
Yeah, so Barry named Barry, anyway, really cool. And then we had Marv Wolfman had a great cameo, which I wouldn't have spotted except that we actually got to see him at Salt Lake Fan X a couple years ago. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. No, it wasn't at FNX. It was Phoenix Comic Con.
Was it in Phoenix?
Yeah, it was in Phoenix.
No, because it was after I read it, and I read it.
Oh.
Anyways, we saw him. He was great. So Stan Lee has passed away, but the author cameo lives on.
Yes.
Is what we're trying to say.
Well, yeah, it was great. Another reference to the books was some moment of the show. Oliver Queen becomes the Spectre, kind of a nod reference to how Jordan becoming the Spectre to save the day during the Final Night saga.
Speaking of Hal Jordan, the conclusion was pretty exciting. They kind of went back around and showed us glimpses of these other Earths that, like the new multiverse. Including some Green Lanterns.
Yes. Oh, the Green Lantern Planet. Stargirl, the new CW show coming out soon.
That's Jeff Johns' baby, right?
References to Teen Titans, the Going Strong on DC Universe, Swamp Thing, and
Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol.
That's going to be shared now by DC Universe and HBO Max. But it was it was a great conclusion. First, we received this information. We see this information on how the multiverse is destroyed, becomes one Earth Prime, where all the heroes are, which they did on the original Crisis on Infinite Earths. But then we realized that another multiverse was created, so which is a reference to a different DC saga that happened many years later when they restored the multiverse. So it combined both and kind of bring up to date with the books. And there's a lot coming from that because things changed, and they give us hints of how things changed since the Diggles have a daughter, and that was changed back in the day when Flash messed up with the timeline. And
Superman has two sons. And they, with the resetting of like Earth Prime, now all the CW heroes are on the same Earth.
Most of them, because Stargirl is a CW hero too.
And that's
she's on
true.
A different Earth.
But like the current TV shows.
But
the current TV shows are on the same Earth.
Yes.
Which I like.
So Crisis. I love how Crisis put them all together instead of spreading everybody. Yeah. So yes, moving on.
Yes. Okay. So, 1917 has got a ton of attention at the Golden Globes and then on Oscar nominations, but it was only just barely released. So we finally got to see it, and it was amazing.
It was really good.
Yeah,
impressive.
Totally worth the hype.
Masterfully done. It was announced everywhere that the movie was made in 2 shots. It was made to look like it was 2 long shots, and that is always gimmicky and always like, okay, let's see what's it. But it was so well done.
It did, and I think it was really appropriate for this story because like we experienced the whole journey in real time almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And how I thought it really worked for this story. So the story is these two it's World War One, and 2 young British soldiers are asked to cross enemy lines to get an urgent message to a group of British forces who are about to fall into a German trap. And so we just follow them. We go with them from taking a nap in a beautiful French field to getting their orders to we go through all the trenches, we cross no man's land. We see the ruins of a French farm, the French countryside. It's amazing, and what this guy goes through, and I don't have words. clearly.
Yeah, that was really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
You said World War II. It's World War One.
Did I say World War II?
I think so.
Oh, that was wrong.
It's World War
I meant
One.
World War One.
It's 1917.
I know this. I know this.
Yeah.
I majored in history. I know this.
Yeah, but yeah, the movie is impressive. It really deserves all the nominations, and even though it's two long shots, the camera moves in a ways that it shows everything. It tells the story. It's not only following the soldiers from the back, but it goes everywhere. It spins.
Yeah.
It's beautifully done. It's it's masterfully created for people's enjoyment, and it tells this great story of friendship and struggle to do the right thing, even when everything seems lost.
I was thinking about it during the movie. Like, it's a kind of heroism. We spent a lot of time with like the like fantasy and sci-fi heroism, like the superheroes and Jedi and things like that. But this is a different kind of heroism, like a really real and raw and beautiful kind of heroism that. And I thought they did it great. And as a history buff, I loved it too. You said it shows everything. This story is so cleverly written. I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but we got to see like a pretty broad scope of what World War One and what that experience would have been like from the uniforms to the trenches, the conversations, the kind of injuries they experienced. We got to see so much of that, and I thought that was pretty great. World War One hasn't gotten a lot of cinematic attention, so I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what else? There's we do see.
Oh, there's some big actors who show up for like a minute or two. I thought we'd have a lot more of Colin Firth and Cumberbatch and all of them, but they're just like blip. This is not about the big guys, which was good.
For me, that was the only beef with the movie, that the trailer basically, it's like it shows too much. It's like that scene he's running with the explosions behind him and the soldiers running in a different direction. I was like more than 100% sure that would be the climax, the end of the movie, and it was. But I was sure that Firth would be the guy send him, and Cumberbatch would be the guy receiving him. Still, the movie is really good. Yeah. Another beef I have is with Cinemark. We went to see the movie on the XD screen, and the XD screen has this like bright red lights to guide you on the floor, and it was leaking. It was like all over the screen. The bottom of the screen, you could see red from that, which kind of ruined.
It was really unfortunate. I actually thought it was part of the movie at one point. It was really distracting. So.
Yeah, no, it was bad. So Cinemark fixed that.
Not so bueno.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like he said, he knew from the trailers what was coming. This guy is amazing at predicting stuff. So, yes. We are going to do some Team Retina Oscar predictions.
Yes.
Aren't you excited? Okay, so here's how this is going to work. I've got a list of each of the big categories. I tried to like trim it down, but there's so many people going, so many people do so much work to make a film. And there's categories for everybody. So even after editing, I got down to, it was like 17 categories, which is a lot. But anyways, here's your red marker. I've got a blue marker. We're going to mark who we think or who we want to win each category. And then after the Oscars...
Wait. That makes things complicated, because who I want to win are not necessarily who I know will win.
Fair enough. You make whatever prediction you deem fit.
Okay.
And then after the Oscars, we will have this indelible record to look back at.
Well, those listen on the podcast, we are By the way, our show is available on our podcast platforms. Retina Weekly. Yeah, go check. But yeah, for those listening, we have all the categories and nominees on card, and you're gonna mark it.
Yep.
Yes, how you gonna do this?
Okay, so the first nominees we've got for Best Actor. Antonio Banderas, who was in Pain and Glory. That's a Spanish movie.
Okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix, and Jonathan Pryce.
Okay, Joaquin Phoenix for the Joker.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, you got the marker.
What I do?
I don't know. Put your initial next to it, or.
Okay. Well, mine is red, so.
Yeah, and mine is blue. So, okay. I'm gonna. Just for the sake of making this interesting, I feel like I have to choose something different from you. So this one, I think.
So she's giving an excuse why she's gonna lose all, because if she's gonna say, "Oh, it's film," I made it interesting. It's not like I got all wrong. He got all right, and I made it interesting.
I would like to see this go to Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know if it will.
For DiCaprio, I think Pitt was better than that movie. I don't know.
We'll see. All right, so that's what we've got for Best Actor. How about Supporting Actor? There were a lot of good ones. We've got Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers, Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes, Al Pacino and Joey Pesci, both from The Irishman, and Brad Pitt.
So we only had one Pope?
No, there were two Popes. Jonathan Pryce was nominated for Best Actor.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and Anthony Hopkins for Best Supporting.
Okay. So for this one, I will go... wow, you have Pacino, Pesci, and Pitt. I think they're gonna give to Pitt.
Yeah.
Because he was great on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He won Golden Globes, and I think it's the high of his career. So he finally gonna get what he deserves. He's been nominated before.
He does deserve it. It would make my heart happy to see Tom Hanks, though.
Yeah, but...
So, I'm going to go with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is like au concours. He won...
It's true.
He was awarded the Cecil B. Mill Award on the Golden Globes for his career.
Like Lifetime Achievement.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Best Actress. Again, some really good ones. Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, which we haven't seen yet.
No.
But we're at the point, like an awkward spot, where it's not in a lot of theaters, but it's not released. Anyway, Cynthia Erivo, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women. I'm really surprised this got so many nominations, but okay. Charlize Theron for Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger for Judy.
Renee Zellweger won the Golden Globes for Judy. And I guess of these ones, she's probably the favorite. But I'm going with Charlize Theron for Bombshell. Even though we didn't see yet, but she looks good as Megyn Kelly.
Okay, she does.
And she's a great actress. When she has a chance, she delivers. She won for Monster years ago. And
that's right.
I think... it might be her. The girl from Little Woman comes close, but I don't think it's her time yet.
Saoirse Ronan is a good actor. I'm gonna give this one to Cynthia Erivo. I haven't seen the movie, but I really want to, and I have a feeling she's gonna get some love. All right, Supporting Actress. This is another big one. Okay, we've got Kathy Bates in Richard Jewell. We've got Laura Dern in Marriage Story. Scarlett Johansson again for Jojo Rabbit. She's had a good year. And then both Florence Pugh and Margot Robbie for Little Women.
Margot Robbie is on Little Woman?
Maybe I wrote that down wrong. I don't think that was right. I think that's
Bombshell.
supposed to say Bombshell.
Yeah, it's Bombshell.
Anyways.
Yeah, Margot Robbie is not.
No.
Okay, for this one, wow, we have Kathy Bates. She looks good on Richard Jewell.
Yeah.
We have Laura Dern, which is...
She got the Golden Globe. This really surprised me.
I'm
She's a great actress.
gonna go for ScarJo for Jojo Rabbit because I thought Jojo Rabbit was terrific and she was great on it. And it's supporting actress, and she was a supporting actress there.
She did. I would like to see her win, but I can't choose the same thing as you.
Oh.
So I'm going to go with Kathy Bates.
Okay.
All right. Best Animated Film. How to Train Your Dragon. I Lost My Body. That's a French one. And then we've got Klaus, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4. I would love to see Klaus win.
I didn't see Klaus. I have no idea. How is it?
I feel like the French one is going to get
But
it,
I think Toy Story 4 wasn't... I think Toy Story 4, even not knowing all of them, I don't think it's Toy Story's year. Since it was really praised on the other ones. I think it's going to go for How to Train a Dragon, Hidden World.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Klaus.
She might get this one right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm not gonna bet on Klaus because I didn't see Klaus at all.
You should. It's lovely. It's just lovely. All right, cinematography. We've got The Irishman, Joker, The Lighthouse. I don't know anything about that one. 1917 and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I think Roger's gonna get this one. Terrific job on 1917.
Yeah.
And it's not only a long shot. It's not on real time. It's in a way that the technique doesn't bother you. It really helps you get inside the story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a legitimate part of the storytelling. Okay, I agree with you, but again, for the sake of interest, I'm gonna go with Richardson for Once Upon a Time in
Seriously?
Hollywood.
I'm not saying no. That's not it. That's not it. I mean, if I would bet against me betting on the Orange Dogs, I would bet on Lauren Sher for the Joker. But if you want to lose, okay.
I loved the Joker. But not the Joker. Whatever. I just feel like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood did interesting things with the cinematography. It made it feel like we were watching something out of the 60s. Okay. And I just thought that was cool.
Even though it's the 50s. I'm kidding.
No, it wasn't.
I'm kidding.
Okay, director.
Sam Mendes was 1917. Well, read all of them because the people on podcast was like, what are they talking about?
Oh, I thought I did read all of them.
Directors? Not yet.
Yeah, I just started. I just pulled it out.
Yeah, so read it.
Okay. Martin Scorsese. Oh, sorry. And the nominees are Martin Scorsese, The Irishman. And then a little clip plays. Todd Phillips, Joker. Sam Mendes, 1917. Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Bong Joon-ho for Parasite.
Yes, again, Sam Mendes for 1917. I wish it was the Joker guy, but it came in a year to beat 1917. I think it'll
That's
be hard.
asking a lot. Okay.
Even though Scorsese is there too.
Yeah, but up against these films.
Yeah, but it's not
as good as Irishman.
And again, Scorsese has a very accomplished career, and the Academy doesn't give him all the awards he deserved. It took forever for him to actually get one. When he got one for The Departed.
Oh, that's too bad. Now I feel bad, but I don't think The Irishman can really stand. I'm torn between Phillips and Tarantino for this one, or Bong. I don't know. I'll give it to Joker.
Again, I think in this one Tarantino has more chance than the. But let's move on.
But we're gonna see. You know, that second week in February, who gets it. Okay, now editing. So, up for editing, we've got Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite. Editing, this is kind of your thing.
Let me see this again.
Yeah, take a good look at it.
Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite. I think, down to The Irishman, the Joker, I think the Shoemaker, the Irishman.
For The Irishman?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a big name. She won before, and I think she's gonna win this time.
Okay. Cool. You want to make your mark?
Oh yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give this to Ford versus Ferrari.
Okay.
I thought there were some great visuals in that movie, and I'd like to see them win.
Okay.
All right, best international film. We've got Corpus Christi, Honeyland, Les Miserables. Not that Les Miserables. But still. Anyway, Pain and Glory, and Parasite. I feel like there's an obvious winner here.
Parasite is winning everything, so I'm going to go for Parasite.
If by some miracle they don't give it to Parasite, I think it's going to go to Les Miserables.
I would think that would be the the runner-up, the second. Yeah.
Okay, some really good things happening in music this year. We've got Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. A couple of fun facts here. Rise of Skywalker is John Williams' 52nd nomination. That's right, 52nd.
Yeah, and clearly he didn't want all of them.
No, but still, like, good grief.
Yeah. I will go for the Joker.
Okay.
I think it's pretty good.
She won the Golden Globe.
She is a girl?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he or she.
That person.
Or they. Yeah.
I'm going with Thomas Newman for 1917. Fun fact, Thomas Newman is a cousin of Randy Newman, who was also nominated for Marriage Story.
Huh.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like this family dynasty.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1917 had an extraordinary score. I loved how it worked with.
I thought it was good. For me, I didn't think it was extraordinary. I thought it was really good. It keeps the movie, all together. Just a quick fact about 1917. We talked about it, but the movie has some the camera is following these guys on a long shot real time type of thing, but there's some surprises that makes you jump out of the seat because
made him jump. He doesn't jump, but he jumped
because it's well done.
Okay. Following up with score, we've got original song. We've got Randy Newman for Toy Story 4, Rocket Man, Breakthrough, yes, and Frozen 2, and Harriet.
Frozen 2 surprisingly not nominated for Best Animated Picture.
Yeah, Disney had a huge year, but it is not showing in the Oscars.
Well, granted, it was 10 years ago, Frozen 2 would be released on home video. I would go for Rocket Man.
Dang it, I was going to pick that one.
Because the guy has an EGOT. Come on. Elton John.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty good movie.
I would be surprised if he doesn't get it. The movie was good. The music is good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has this one.
We have a 3-year-old, so we've been listening to and watching clips from Frozen 2 for weeks now. I'm going to give it to Into the Unknown because it is stuck in my head. And it is a pretty good song.
Okay.
And because I don't know the others.
It's not Let It Go, but...
Yeah, just let it go, okay? Best Picture. Oof, this is a doozy.
Oh, you do the movies, they're going to do, how they do clips of the movies. I'm going to do clips of the movies.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, and the nominees are Ford versus Ferrari. This is not what I expected. Okay. The Irishman. Jojo Rabbit.
I'm a Nazi.
Ooh. Joker. Little Women.
Ooh.
Okay. Marriage Story.
You did it. Oh, no, you did it.
1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, I am the cowboy. I can't remember the name of the guy. The cowboy.
And Parasite. All right.
Okay.
So, who's after that?
1917.
Okay. Jojo Rabbit. Jojo Rabbit.
That's a long shot. It's good, but I guess these guys?
Oh yeah.
My second choice would be the Joker, but that's your choice. So.
Oh man, I kind of jumped. Jojo Rabbit's like my new top 5.
It was
favorite
really
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the wrong choice.
Quick news: Taika Waititi, whatever his name is.
Taika Waititi.
He was. There's rumors that just bumping up that he might direct a Star Wars movie.
After what he did on The Mandalorian, I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, I thought what he did in Mandalorian was okay. What he did for Marvel, it was not. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay, sound editing. We've got Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Sound editing, I would say it was 1917.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that one also to Ford versus Ferrari. Sound is such a big part of the whole car racing experience.
You guys just heard what I did.
Yeah. Okay, closely related but not the same. Sound mixing. And here we see Ad Astra show up. Huh.
Yeah, how is that?
Ford versus Ferrari again. Joker, 1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And yeah, that's it. So.
Yay, 1917 again.
Okay.
Even though I the Joker would come on a close second.
Yeah. Well, since he said it's a close second, I'll pick the Joker. I keep saying the Joker, but it's not the Joker. It's just Joker. Just FYI. Visual effects. We've got Avengers Endgame, one of Disney's few nominations. The Irishman. The Lion King, 1917, and Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
Well, The Lion King is Disney too. Star Wars is Disney too. Disney owns everything, so how is it like...
It's true, but I still think it's impressive that with as much as they own, you'd think there would be more nominations. As big as their year was.
Okay, visual effects. For visual effects, I would go... Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is, because The Lion King wasn't like an amazing film, but the visual effects were pretty impressive.
I mean, I think good visual effects is like if you can't tell what's real and what's not. And Lion King, I don't know, I think it's all fake.
Well, yeah, but it looked real.
That's animation then.
Fair enough.
Okay, I think I'm going for... I like how things look on... I think I'm gonna go out of the ordinary.
Oh boy.
And pick...
Buckle up, Buttercups.
The Irishman.
That's been one of my favorites for this.
Yeah.
The whole making Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci young men.
Yeah.
And they did a good job.
Because they had Leia on the Rise of Skywalker, but sometimes it kind of bugged me.
It didn't look as good as what they did in The Irishman.
Yeah. Even though it looked really good, but it did. Still kind of...
It did. And The Irishman's not a typical visual effects nomination.
Well,
either.
It's the usual of the visual effects to tell the story. Yeah.
I'm going with 1917. I thought it was the effects that they did were really impressive.
Yeah, the run.
None of it felt fake.
The run was really good. No, it was really good.
And when you combine those special effects
I'm kind of changing my mind, but yeah, it's okay.
But like they did all that without the benefit of edits and cuts, you know.
Yeah.
So that's all right. Adapted screenplay. That was a tough one for me. I don't know. We've got The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes.
Okay. I think this one, I'll give it to Little Woman. No, just kidding. To the Joker.
Okay.
There's a silver on it.
Oh, yeah.
No, because they really adapted the character that, like most people, if not everybody knows, in a very different creative way.
Did.
And yeah, it was terrific.
It was terrific. I think it definitely deserves the award. If they don't get it, though, I'd really love to see Taika Waititi get it for Jojo Rabbit. I've never seen any movie like that, and I think he did a great job.
You did. I mean, I don't know the source material, but the movie was really good.
True. All right, and last but not least is original screenplay. First up, we have Knives Out, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think we saw all of them, right?
Except for Parasite, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see Parasite.
This is a tough one.
It's like original screenplay in a category of Tarantino. Come on. Nobody can beat Tarantino. I think.
I think you're probably right. If anybody could, though, it would be Bong Joon-ho or Sam Mendes. So I'm kind of torn between those two.
Whoa, big
Since
one.
you took Tarantino. I think it'd be cool to see 1917. I'm going to give it to 1917. But I would not be upset if Parasite won.
Okay.
Boom. There's our predictions.
That's it. We're going to put this on an envelope, and we're going to have an auditor from the something. Yeah. And we promise to open the right envelope, and not going to mess up like they did in the Oscars. For La La Land, Moonlight, whatever that was.
No La La Land malarkey here.
Yeah, so that's it for this week. Here's our
our nominees.
Picks for the wins.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we see you next week with more news, pop culture, movies, books, comic books, video games, songs, food.
All that jazz.
Okay, may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.